Hello, thank you for joining me for this demo. I'm Nick Fuller, I'm part of the iTherapy team, and I'm going to be giving you a basic overview of all the different features and resources that iTherapy has to offer. Now, I've been with iTherapy since about 2016, but the business actually was originally founded in 2010, basically as a private practice, an online private practice. Now, since then, the business has grown quite a bit and has changed a bit so that now we help other people start their own private practices. We've helped hundreds of people start and grow their own private practices, so we know a little bit about online video therapy at this point, as well as starting and growing a private practice. Our slogan is Your Practice Made Simple, and we take that to heart. We do everything we can to make your practice as simple as possible so you can focus on the work of helping people, the work that you went to school and really want to do, right? We do that by getting you all the services you need, providing live one-on-one training with you for these services, to making sure that you're confident and comfortable with all the services before you ever work with a client. We provide top quality support, and we provide extra benefits like discounts on marketing services and from our sister company, and a free clinical consult peer group for our members. Let me go ahead and walk you through a little bit more about what it's like to get started with iTherapy. So when you first get started with iTherapy, you're going to receive two forms that we're going to ask you to fill out. The first one is really simple, and it's just asking for information we need to get your services set up. But the second one is much more in depth, and that's because that second one helps us create this robust profile for you. Now, this profile is Carol Pulley's profile. By the way, Carol Pulley is one of the co-founders of iTherapy. Her and her husband together are co-founders. Carol's a clinician. She's still very much involved with iTherapy, providing advice and helpful tips. She still is in private practice to this day. She started iTherapy, again, mostly as a private practice for herself, and she wanted to work online because she lives out in rural North Carolina and didn't want to have to commute or have her clients commute for long drives in rural North Carolina. But again, since then, it's morphed quite a bit. But let me get back to this profile. This profile, you'll notice, is much more robust than anything you might get from, let's say, a Psychology Today profile. You have multiple tabs. You have the ability to kind of embed videos here. This is the home section for Carol. She has an about me, specialties, approach, services, and rates. All this you get with your iTherapy profile. That's a nice little bonus. And if you're just getting started, this profile can serve as a great website that you're able to use without any additional cost as an iTherapy provider. So let me get into the next step, and that's what we call My Practice. After you do those forms, you're going to be sent here to My Practice. Now, this is our private members-only website where you'll be able to get access to all of our members-only resources and tools. The first page here is the platform access page. Now, this provides quick access to all your services and support for each of your services. Now, I'm not going to go into detail here on each service. If you'd like more detail or have specific questions, send us a message and we'll be more than happy to provide additional info. But for right now, in this demo, I just want to go over some of the basics. So the first service you'll see here are the video platforms. You'll have just one. But the video platform, whichever one you're using, is simple to use, works just like FaceTime or Skype. Just about every modern laptop has a built-in microphone and camera, so you and your clients can just use that. If they don't have that on a computer, then certainly every modern smartphone has, of course, a microphone and a camera. And these video platforms work on smartphones or computers just as well. Very easy to use. The other main tool is the EHR, electronic health record. Now, the EHR, of course, includes some major components that you're going to need in your private practice. Number one, that's clinical notes, but that's also credit card processing so that you can get paid for your services, and integrated insurance billing. We do have this kind of separate area here for the insurance clearinghouse, but they're connected. Other services are phone and fax, and that's available for you as well, that you can get a separate business phone line that's still accessible via your smartphone, and email, that's secure encrypted email that's accessible on your computer or via your phone. All of these services are, of course, HIPAA compliant, and all of them are backed by a BAA or Business Associates Agreement, so you're covered. Now, this is kind of the bread and butter of iTherapy, these different services, but iTherapy is about so much more. Let me show you a little bit more. So the next page here is our resources page. Now, there's a lot of different resources here, but I want to bring your attention to a couple things in particular. The first are these training videos. When you first get started, these training videos are a great way to kind of get a leg up and get familiar with all your tools. We, of course, will be offering, as I mentioned, live one-on-one personalized training with a member of our team. But if you're an overachiever and you want to get started first, these videos are there and available for you. The other thing I want to mention are these self-tests and worksheets. These are pages that you, as an iTherapy provider, can use and share in any way you'd like. The self-tests are, of course, not a substitute for your diagnosis, but they can make for good social media content. So this one, as an example, is a self-test for anxiety, and we'll be asking about the severity of different symptoms that someone might have if they're experiencing anxiety. If a lot of their symptoms are severe, we would encourage them to maybe contact a therapist. Again, of course, not a substitute for your diagnosis, but it can be interesting social media content, or perhaps interesting to share as part of an initial consultation with a prospective client. The other item that I was just showing are the worksheets. Now, this one's one of my favorite. This is our mindful breathing exercise. These worksheets, again, are available for you to share in any way you'd like. And these worksheets in particular are useful tools that may be helpful for your clients through some trouble spots. I know I've had kind of a long day or two, and I've found myself going to this mindful breathing exercise just to help get centered and grounded, and it's been a great help. Now, there's one more resource that's actually not on that My Practice resource page that I do want to explain to you, and that's our email series. After you get started with iTherapy, we're going to start sending you emails on a fairly regular basis that are filled with our tips and tricks for getting your practice off on the right foot. Let me give you just one example of what those emails might be like. One of them is about setting up a profile on Psychology Today and other directories, but mostly on Psychology Today. Now, any successful therapist will tell you Psychology Today is not a complete marketing plan on its own, but they'll probably also tell you that they do have a Psychology Today profile. It's usually a part of successful marketing plans. And a good, effective Psychology Today profile will bring you some clients. Again, not enough to fill your practice, but some. And certainly it becomes a positive return on investment. The key is writing an effective Psychology Today profile. So how do you do that? Well, we'll help you there. We've kind of identified some free courses that are available from some really smart people that did a great job getting exactly the right information so that you can write a very effective Psychology Today profile. In our email about Psychology Today profiles, we link those free courses over to you. You don't have to do both. You can just pick whichever one speaks to you better. But that's going to help you write an effective Psychology Today profile that's going to bring clients into you. Better yet, if you've never had a Psychology Today profile before, we can get you 6 months free with Psychology Today. That's, I think, $180 value. Pretty nice. That's just one example of the emails that you get when you get started with iTherapy. Now let me get back to my practice and let me show you a little bit more. Another thing that we offer that is pretty unique and special is our clinical consult peer group. This is made free to all of our iTherapy providers. Now, if you're doing online therapy, one of the few disadvantages of working from home and picking your own hours and that sort of thing, when compared to working in a clinic with other clinicians, is that it can be difficult to talk with other professionals about your challenging cases. You can't just go down the hall or go to the water cooler and say, oh, this one client, they keep struggling with the same issue, right? Our clinical consult peer group is our attempt to help with that. So our clinical consult peer group meets twice per month online via video, but it's with other iTherapy professionals, other licensed professionals. So you can, and of course, no clients. You can be confident that you are able to share while maintaining anonymity with your clients, but share some of the challenges that you're going through in your work and get some feedback and different perspectives that may be helpful for you. This clinical consult peer group is facilitated by Dr. Carol O'Sabin. She's been working as a therapist for decades, lots of experience, primarily in university counseling centers where she used to do this kind of clinical peer group in those university settings. She does a great job of facilitating the group to make sure that the conversation is advancing and everyone's able to kind of talk about the issues that they want to bring up to the session. She's, of course, an iTherapy provider. She started her practice with our help and has had lots of success and loves being able to work from home and everything. So this, again, another resource available for you as an iTherapy provider, absolutely free, no additional cost. So let me show you next one more thing here on my practice, and that is our grow your practice part of my practice. So we offer a lot with iTherapy. I hope you will agree at this point. But there are maybe a few things that you'd like to add as well. So let me walk through just a few of those. That's what we have here in this grow section. Remember when I was showing you Carol Pulley's profile? With custom domain linking, we could register the domain carolpulley.com and link it straight to her profile. This is a great option if you're just getting started and don't really want to spend the money to get a full website, but you would like to have your own domain that you can kind of go put on business cards or share with people. That's only $50 per year. We can get that done for you. And if you do later on decide that it's time for a full website, we can repoint that domain to your full website. Again, if you're ready for a full website, our sister company can have you covered, and the sister company offers exclusive discounts to iTherapy providers. Sister company Shire Digital Solutions also does digital marketing in the form of search engine optimization and Google search advertising. And again, both of those have exclusive discounts for iTherapy providers. Now, one more thing. Many practices find accepting insurance to be a headache, but we have you covered there as well. We can refer you to our colleagues at Tidemark that do a great job of insurance credentialing and insurance billing, and they do it at extremely reasonable rates. So let's recap here for just a minute. With iTherapy, we have available for you, of course, the video platform, HIPAA compliant, easy to use, can be used on computer or smartphone. We have the EHR, electronic health record, that includes your clinical notes, credit card processing, insurance billing. Of course, again, HIPAA compliant, easy to use. We'll train you on it. It'll be no problem. You have the email, not only HIPAA compliant, but also encrypted. Again, very easy to use. And the phone and fax that provides a separate phone number for your business to keep it separate from your personal life, but still accessible through your phone, and HIPAA compliant, of course. All these HIPAA compliant, all backed by the BAA. These different things, and that's just the beginning. You're also getting the clinical consult peer group, the live one-on-one training. You're getting the resources on my practice, the email series that we send you with our tips and tricks, and exclusive discounts on marketing services. That's a lot, right? Now, I know you're thinking, okay, this sounds great. What does this cost? So let me do a quick comparison though. Last I looked, just for Zoom's HIPAA compliant video platform, that was $200 per month. I've seen other companies charge for training, same sort of training that we do on EHRs and that sort of thing, and they can cost as much as another $200 per hour. And we, by the way, we usually do a couple hours of training depending on your package. Some peer consultation groups can charge membership fees of $100 per month. So now we're over $500 per month, and we've only talked about maybe half of the services that we offer. But don't worry, we are much cheaper than that. So with our Pro Office package that includes all the things I just mentioned, that's $199 per month. That's an incredible value. Incredible value. That covers everything that I just mentioned. We also have a couple other packages. Basic Office has a lot of the same features, and the Online Plus just has the video plus the extras that you get of the clinical consult, peer group, live one-on-one training, resources, exclusive discounts on marketing. That's available regardless of what package you sign up for. One more thing I want to bring to your attention. Let me ask you, rhetorically of course, how much do you think that you'd earn or expect to earn per session? How much are you earning, or how much do you expect to earn? Let's say it's $100, this is a nice round number, easy to work with. That means in just 2 sessions per month, 2 sessions cover the Pro Office cost. That's one client that you see every other week. Just that one client. If you see that one client every week, well, then you're making money with one client. If you're just getting started, then starting kind of on a part-time basis while you're still doing your day job through iTherapy can be an incredibly easy way and to mitigate your risk, but get the ball rolling. So what do you think? I hope you're as excited about iTherapy as we are about helping you to make your practice simple. When you're ready to get started with iTherapy, you can do so right here from iTherapy.com. And if you have any questions, just send us a contact message. Thanks.